This is the craziest Arc Hunter build you can use inside PvE. This thing is an ad clearing machine, and it can actually take out majors and champions effortlessly. Bungie nerfed this Arc Strider build, but it's still insane in Lightfall. In today's video, we'll be talking about it a little bit. If you haven't seen me use this before, we were soloing GMs back in the day with this Arc Strider build. We've got Gathering Storm as the super. That's going to be the best option here. The dodge is definitely going to be Gambler's Dodge. You're going to want to dodge near enemies to get your melee back, and you're going to be meleeing pretty much everything throughout the entirety of the use of this build. You can throw your grenade from time to time, and you will get your supers back really fast. So Gambler's Dodge is definitely going to be the choice. Triple jump is the jump of choice for me in PvE at least. You can use whatever you want. Combination Blow is a must use in this one though. This is how we're going to fully recharge our class ability energy by getting a melee kill. So you'll dodge near an enemy, that gives you your melee, and then you'll get a melee kill which will refresh your class ability energy. So that infinite loop is very simple, just between Combination Blow and Gambler's Dodge. Very easy, simple to do, and just makes it so you can just spam melees and spam abilities like crazy. Pulse Grenade, after all the recent changes, Pulse Grenade is going to be the strongest in PvE. We're going to be using Lethal Current as the aspect and Flow State. For the Fragments, we're going to use Spark Resistance. We have a little bit more damage resistance. We're definitely going to be in enemies' faces, so this will help a lot. And then Spark of Shock, so when you do throw those Pulse Grenades, it will jolt enemies. We'll use Spark of Feedback because we're so close to enemies that if they do punch us, we can return fire with an even stronger melee. And then we'll have Spark of Magnitude, which is your grenades linger a little bit longer. Those two don't really matter quite as much. I mean, you're probably not going to get meleeed that much when you're doing this because you're invis half the time. But just in case you do, you can throw back an even stronger punch. So the last two fragments aren't nearly as important, but the first two are extremely important. For the build, I was just rocking Tractor to debuff enemies, and then I was using a 1-2 punch shotgun. Bungie has nerfed the 1-2 punch interaction with this build, but as you can see in the gameplay, it's still extremely strong. On the helmet, we're going to rock Dynamo, Ash's Assets, and Hands On. I was thinking about just rocking double Hands On because really just getting a majority of melee kills, but I can slot in another discipline mod, so I went with this route instead, but either way is fine. This is going to give you a really fast super recharge rate though. On the Gauntlet, we're going to use heavy-handed because we're going to be punching so much stuff, and then just double impact induction, so that way every time we punch enemies we are getting faster grenade cooldown. Discipline mod for me, so that way I can get my stats up. We'll go over the stats in just a moment. I could have slotted in something here, probably Intellect is what I put in there. As far as your chest armor mods, just put whatever resistance you need for the activity, and nothing specific to the class. Reason Recuperation for health regeneration, and then we'll just use double Innervation so we can get back our grenades as fast as possible. And then lastly, we'll be rocking double Bomber, and then I just use Proximity Ward, so if I have to hit a finisher, I'll have an Overshield. Nothing too fancy there with the class item. You could use stuff like Reaper, but you're really just not getting that many weapon final blows, so I don't really use Reaper because I'm just punching things. I'm not going to really produce too many orbs from this. So as far as stats go, under Resilience, of course, because you're trying to survive up close with enemies that are very lethal and challenging content. Under Discipline is really important. And then after that, you can go 100 Recovery, 100 Intellect. One of those two would be fine. Mobility isn't as important because you're going to get your class ability refresh because of the Lethal Current and because of the Combination Blow, the Gambler's Dodge, and the Combination Blow going back and forth rather. That's going to refresh your class ability and your melee, so you won't really need that. And enjoy this build, it's pretty crazy. The dim link will be down below. This build is epic, and I want to make a video about it. I'm using Assassin's Cowl. I've made a video about it before, about making a new one. Oops. Why are you jumping? Why are you like this? Who hurt you? Oh, okay. Where you going, buddy? Okay, you guys are so funny. I think you're so funny sprinting into every room. There it is. Just like that. Boom. Make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed. Smash the like button. See you in the next one. Later.